Ever feel like you're living someone else's life?
Mm-hmm.
Today's deep dive, it takes us into a world where that's not just a feeling, it's like reality.
Oh, wow.
We're cracking open this book, Within the Temple of Isis.
Okay.
It's from 1899, and it's got this blend of occult fiction with ancient Egyptian mysticism.
Interesting.
And get this, it's about this ritual, soul transfer,
Okay.
where two people, they're both like right on the edge of death, and
Yeah.
they can actually swap souls.
What's fascinating is how this fictional story, it really taps into this very real, very human, like, obsession we have, right? With cheating death.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like the author took, like, our deepest fears and desires and just, like, wove them into this tale that's both thrilling, but it also makes you think, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So, okay, set the scene for us.
Yeah.
We're in ancient Egypt,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right in the heart of the Temple of Isis.
Exactly.
Tell me about, like, the main players, right, in this whole cosmic drama.
Okay, so imagine this. A young Vestal named Sarthia. Okay.
Now, Vestals in ancient Egypt, they were like, you know, the ultimate devotees,
Mhm.
virgin priestesses, totally, like, dedicated to the goddess Isis. They lived completely dedicated lives, ritual, spiritual practice, all within the temple walls.
Talk about commitment. But it sounds like Sarthia's life, it takes kind of an unexpected turn, right?
It does. It does. So the temple astrologers,
Yeah.
and they held immense power back then.
Right.
They deliver this, like, chilling prophecy. Sudden, violent end awaits her.
Oh, no.
And here's where it gets really interesting. Astrology, it wasn't just like a fun pastime in ancient Egypt, okay?
Right.
It was woven into, like, the fabric of their lives. They really believed that the stars held, like, this map to your destiny, revealing everything.
Yeah.
Personality traits to, well, you know, your demise.
Wow, talk about high stakes. So, like, what happens, right? You're given this news in ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
Do you just, like, accept your fate?
Not if the Hierophant has anything to say about it.
Okay.
This is the high priest.
The wise, almost mythical figure guarding the temple's secrets. He offers Sarthia a truly, like, mind-bending alternative.
Okay.
Soul transfer.
Okay, you have to explain the soul transfer thing.
Okay.
It sounds like something straight out of, like, a fantasy novel.
Okay, so imagine this. Two souls, both nearing death's door, right? Exchanging places, like, in this cosmic game of musical chairs.
Okay.
The book suggests that this wasn't just, you know, some mystical parlor trick, okay? This required precise astrological timing, a convergence of, like, life forces,
Wow.
and, of course, a whole lot of risk.
Yeah, I bet.
Think of it as, like, ancient Egyptian quantum physics.
Okay.
Where the line between science and magic, it just kind of blurs.
So they're basically trying to, like, outsmart fate itself.
Yeah.
Who's the other player, right, in this high-stakes soul swap?
So it's Princess Nuna, a young woman who's lingering in this kind of, like, semi-conscious state.
Right.
The book paints this picture of their souls as almost, like, fated to intertwine. Their destinies just, like, hanging in the balance of this very daring ritual.
Okay, so we've got a Vestal facing this grim prophecy.
Yeah.
And a princess caught in some kind of limbo.
Yeah.
Where does this soul transfer ritual even take place?
Okay, so picture this. The dead of night, moonlit temple of Isis.
Okay.
The air is thick with incense and anticipation. The book really leans into these sensory details.
Yeah.
Almost like transporting you right into the heart of the ritual.
It sounds intense. I can almost hear the chanting.
Yeah.
Like, feel the energy crackling in the air.
That's exactly what the author does so brilliantly, right?
Yeah.
They don't just tell you about the ritual, they immerse you in it.
Mm-hmm.
And as this, like, midnight ceremony unfolds, the book takes us on this captivating detour, right, into Sarthia's consciousness.
Okay.
She begins this remarkable astral journey.
Wait, hold on. Astral journey, you say?
Yeah.
You have to break that one down for me.
Okay, so imagine your soul detaching from your physical body and, like, venturing into this astral realm. It's a dimension beyond, like, our everyday perception, right?
Right.
It's a concept you find in a lot of different esoteric traditions, but the book depicts it as this realm teeming with this vibrant energy where the veils between, you know, the physical and spiritual worlds, they kind of thin out.
Okay, now that's just wild. So what does Sarthia experience in this astral realm?
Get this. She's not just a passive observer.
Okay.
She witnesses conversations. She gains these insights into her own, you know, impending death. And she even crosses paths with someone who will play a really pivotal role in the story. Rathanor, Nuna's betrothed.
Okay, I need to pause you right there. We're talking about soul transfer, astral travel, and now we're throwing a betrothed into the mix. This is getting juicy.
Oh, we're just getting started.
Yep.
You see, Rathenor, he isn't your typical, like, love-struck fiancé. Okay.
Right.
He's deeply spiritual, yearning for this connection that transcends the superficial. The book hints at this desire he has for a soulmate, someone who aligns with him intellectually, spiritually,
I'm already sensing some serious love triangle vibes here.
You're not wrong.
Okay.
But it's more than just, like, romantic intrigue, okay?
Right.
The book uses Rathenor's longing for soulmate to explore the very nature of love and connection, right? Can true love, as he believes, can it exist beyond the physical realm, untouched by appearances or social expectations?
That's a question for the ages, isn't it?
Right.
But before we dive into, like, the love story, you mentioned something earlier that completely captivated me. The sacred adytum. What exactly is that?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so imagine a secret chamber. It's hidden deep within the Temple of Isis.
Okay.
Accessible only to those who've reached a certain level of, like, spiritual understanding. It's like the inner sanctum, a place where esoteric knowledge is passed down and mysteries are revealed.
Okay, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Secret chambers, ancient wisdom, soul transfer rituals happening under the moonlight. This book sounds like a wild ride. So tell me, do they actually go through with it?
Oh, they totally go through with it.
Okay.
Yeah, the soul transfer happens, and the book, it, like, dives headfirst into the ripple effects of this whole cosmic switcheroo.
Okay.
Both Sarthia now waking up in Princess Nuna's body and Nuna now in Sarthia's former life, they're in for one wild
I
ride.
can't even imagine waking up in someone else's body.
Yeah.
It'd be like looking in the mirror and seeing like a stranger staring back at you.
It's wild.
What's that experience like for them?
So for Nuna, right now in Sarthia's body, it's like being reborn.
Okay.
The book describes it as this gradual awakening, almost like an infant experiencing the world for the first time.
Wow.
Her past life as a princess kind of fades into this distant memory as she embraces, like, the rhythms and rituals of the temple. It's as if Sarthia's former life, right, so steeped in devotion and spiritual practice, it starts to, like, influence Nuna's very essence.
So in a way, she's freed from the constraints of her former life.
Yeah.
Given a clean slate. What about Sarthia? How did she handle going from Vestal to princess overnight?
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Sarthia, remember, she went into this soul transfer with her eyes wide open.
Yeah.
She knew the risks, the potential for upheaval, and yet finding herself thrust into this life of luxury and societal expectations.
Right.
It proves to be a very jarring experience.
You're telling me it'd be like trading your meditation cushion for like a velvet throne.
Right.
That's a serious lifestyle change.
Exactly. Imagine yearning for the spiritual solace of the temple while you're navigating the complexities of court life.
Oh my God.
And as if that wasn't enough,
Well,
she's now face to face with Rathenor, who's
man.
head over heels for who he believes is his beloved Nuna.
Oh, this love triangle just took a turn for the complicated. She's falling for him, he's falling for her, but neither of them realize it's the soul they're connecting with, not the physical form in front of them.
Exactly.
What a tangled web this soul transfer has woven.
It's true. And remember, Sarthia, she got a glimpse of Rathenor's true nature during her astral journey.
That's right.
She saw his heartfelt plea for a soulmate, a love that ran deeper than appearances. So there's this undeniable pull between them.
Wow.
This sense of recognition that transcends the physical.
So what happens?
Yeah.
Do they keep up this charade, or does the truth eventually come out?
The book takes a fascinating turn here. It shifts its focus from, like, the mechanics of soul transfer to the deeper implications of this kind of experience.
Okay.
Both Rathenor and Sarthia, now living as Nuna, they start to feel this growing sense of disillusionment with their lives.
Interesting.
They crave something more meaningful than these endless social gatherings and, like, the empty traditions of their privileged world.
It's like their souls are whispering, this isn't the life we signed up for.
Right.
They yearn for that deeper connection, that spiritual fulfillment they once had.
Exactly. And it's that shared yearning that leads them to make a very radical decision.
Okay.
They decide to leave it all behind. The palace, the titles, the expectations.
Okay.
Picture them seeking refuge in this secluded village nestled at the foot of these majestic mountains.
It's like they're trading their gilded cage for a simpler, more authentic existence.
Yeah.
It sounds idyllic, but I'm guessing their journey isn't over yet.
You're right on the money.
Okay.
This is no ordinary vacation.
Okay.
The mountains, with their serene beauty and sense of isolation, they become this space for profound introspection.
Interesting.
And it's during these quiet moments of reflection surrounded by nature's grandeur that Nuna, remember, this is Sarthia's soul.
Okay.
She starts having these fleeting memories of her past life as a Vestal.
It's as if the soul, having tasted the freedom of the astral realm during the transfer,
Right.
it can't be fully contained by this new identity. It longs for recognition, for its true purpose to be known.
And Rathanor, ever the attentive and intuitive partner, he picks up on these subtle shifts in Nuna.
Okay.
He senses this deep longing within her, a struggle to reconcile her current reality with something just beyond her grasp.
So he confronts her, asks her if she's been dabbling in like past life regressions or something.
Not quite.
Yep.
Rathanor makes a bold decision.
Okay.
He decides to trust his intuition, to trust the depth of their connection. He reveals everything. The soul transfer, the midnight ritual, the truth about Sarthia's soul inhabiting Nuna's body.
Wow, talk about a high-stakes confession.
I know, right?
I can only imagine what went through Nuna's or Sarthia's mind in that moment.
It's a testament to the power of their bond that she doesn't recoil from this revelation.
Wow.
Instead, she embraces it.
Wow.
There's this sense of recognition of pieces falling into place.
Yeah.
It's as if her soul, long yearning for its own narrative, finally hears its story being told.
That's incredibly powerful. It really is.
It makes you wonder, what defines us?
Yeah.
Is it our physical form, our memories, or something deeper?
Right.
Something eternal that transcends the boundaries of our earthly existence?
That's the very question the book seems to be grappling with.
It's a big one.
It is. And in that moment of shared truth, of radical acceptance, Rathanor and Nuna's bond, it deepens even further.
Wow.
They realize their love story isn't bound by convention or even physical form.
Right.
It's a love story written in the language of souls.
I'm getting chills.
Right.
So they've defied fate, navigated a soul transfer, and come out stronger than ever.
They have.
What happens next for these cosmic lovebirds?
Right.
Okay, so they've found love. They've found themselves. They're living in a mountain paradise.
Right.
Like the perfect ending to a cosmic fairy tale.
Yeah.
But something tells me their story doesn't end there.
You're right. Their journey takes another unexpected turn.
Okay.
They experience the profound joy of parenthood, welcoming a son into the world. Oh, that's beautiful. After everything they've been through, a child must feel like the ultimate gift, right?
Absolutely.
Like a testament to this extraordinary bond.
It really is. But their happiness, it's tinged with this sense of foreboding.
Okay.
Remember those astrologers, the ones who predicted Sarthia's untimely demise?
Right, right.
Well, they reach out to the temple seeking an astrological reading for their newborn son.
Oh, no, don't tell me another ominous prophecy.
Sadly, yes.
Ominous?
The astrologers foresee a tragically short lifespan for their son.
That's heartbreaking.
It is.
To come so far, to defy the odds, only to be confronted with such a profound loss.
Right.
How do they cope?
This is where the book's exploration of ancient Egyptian beliefs, it takes center stage.
Okay.
The astrologers, in their message to Rathanor and Nuna, they emphasize that their son's soul is ancient, already carrying this vast wisdom from past lives.
Wow.
This brief earthly existence, they explain, it's merely a fleeting chapter in a much grander story.
So instead of seeing it as a tragedy,
Yeah.
they're encouraged to view it as a sort of homecoming for their son's soul.
Exactly. This concept of life and death as cyclical, as intertwined as the rising and setting sun.
Right.
It's central to ancient Egyptian thought.
Right.
They believed that death wasn't an ending, but a transition to another realm, a continuation of the soul's journey.
It's a perspective that offers like a different lens through which to view loss, right?
It does.
A way to find solace and meaning even in the face of grief.
Absolutely.
So they accept their son's fate with grace and understanding.
They do. It's not easy, of course.
Right.
There's pain, there's sorrow, but there's also this deep sense of peace that comes from their spiritual understanding.
Yeah.
They cherish the precious time they have with their son, knowing that his spirit will continue to guide them from beyond the veil.
It's a powerful reminder that love in its purest form transcends the boundaries of time and space.
It's a beautiful thought.
It really is. So what ultimately becomes of Rathanor and Nuna?
Their son's passing, It becomes this catalyst for an even deeper spiritual transformation.
Okay.
They return to the Temple of Isis not as desperate seekers this time, but as dedicated disciples.
Wow.
They devote their lives to mastering ancient wisdom, seeking to unravel the mysteries of the soul and its eternal journey.
It's like they found their life's purpose, their way of honoring their son's legacy by fully embracing the spiritual path.
Precisely. And in their dedication, they find a different kind of fulfillment, a sense of peace that comes from aligning their lives with something larger than themselves within the Temple of Isis. For all its fantastical elements, it ultimately offers us this really timeless message about love loss and the enduring power of the human spirit.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
In a world obsessed with youth and longevity, perhaps true wisdom lies in embracing the cyclical nature of existence.
Yeah.
In recognizing that life and death aren't opposing forces, but rather two sides of the same eternal coin.
That's the beauty of a deep dive like this, right? It's not just about unraveling the mysteries of an ancient tale. It's about sparking those introspective moments, those lingering questions that stay with you long after the book is closed.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of within the Temple of Isis, what resonates most strongly with you? What ancient wisdom, what hidden truth will you carry with you from this journey into the heart of ancient Egyptian mysticism?